Welcome to my channel to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at $117,432. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP and Solana. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. So before we start with Bitcoin, I want to say that most of the altcoins already broke through the downside and we can expect a huge sell-off. What we can also expect is a short-term bounce because we have bullish divergences. We also have small bullish patterns like falling wedges, and we have to look for fair value gaps which are within the chart pattern. So we will get to that, but first let's talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is very lame. We have predicted this price movement here already. Very good. We got rejected there. And then if we zoom in, but we have to go into the 15 minutes chart, then we have also set here double bottom pattern, which went into triple bottom pattern, quadruple double pattern, doesn't matter, broke to the upside, and we expected another touch point of the green trend line. Right here we got this. So after that we have said we have two different scenarios, and the scenario one is we break it to the upside, so we get something like this, then Bitcoin would be long. On the other hand, we have said we can also get we can also sell off from there, and it doesn't matter what is going to happen. So we have predicted this price movement very, very good and very precise in my opinion. But it's not tradable. Why? Because we are waiting for the breakout to be long at currently $119,300. But this trend line is a downwards trend line. So basically over the time, the price is going to decrease. So basically, let me delete this one and this one. So we have to wait for the $116,150. If they break to the downside on the 4-hour time frame, and I say it again, 4-hour time frame with a nice breakout, retest, then I can enter a short trade into the fair value gaps. You can already see it. The fair value gaps are even reaching prices down to $110,300. So here's a good trade possible for Bitcoin, up to 5%. So let's move on to Ethereum. So we have Ethereum here, but let's go into the 1-hour chart. We have Ethereum here, and we have set this white trend line. If we break it to the downside, I don't want to count this here as a rising wedge, but it still looks like one. So if we break it to the downside, it's not good. We also had here a fair value gap. On the 4-hour time frame, you are going to see it even better. This candle right here is a fair value gap. We filled that fair value gap. So we first filled that fair value gap, and now we are getting the follow through. So even though we didn't get a candle close on the 4-hour time frame lower than the white trend line first, we filled the fair value gap. Now we have here the candle close, and this candle close is a follow through to this one right here, and we can still wait for safety for another red candle which closes lower than the lows here. But then we are in the fair value gap, $3,650 to $3,684. There I expect a bounce, and afterwards a sell-off. So there's nothing more to say about Ethereum. So we have seen so many fake outs lately. Also this one right here. We got over our green trend line. We got our retest. We touched that green trend line for 3 hours, even 4 hours if we count this one here as well. And we still sold off. So basically long trades are not possible at the moment. We have to look for lower prices. The current market structure is going to tell me that, because every coin which we have on our list, so let's get to XRP, is not looking good. We have said here this might be possible as an inverted head and shoulders formatation, but for that we have to break the $3.36 to the upside. Breaking the white trend line would be the first indication that we should get into the $3.36, but we have to break it to be long. This didn't happen. Instead, we also sold off that inverted head and shoulders pattern, which can develop it's not looking good, to be honest. We can also draw here a trend line. This one right here looks kind of good to me. If we lose this one, then this pattern is gone in my opinion. And we can look for lower prices. So $3. And then we have to see. We don't have any kind of support or resistance which is significant, which was significant in the past. The only one which I see is this one right here at currently $2.66. So since it's not that significant, might be possible that we just drop to $2.47. This is possible. That would be another retest. And eight-hour chart, we have here fair value gaps and also here fair value gaps that can be closed. But first, let's look for the $3. If we lose it, it's short to me. So if we go into Solana, then Solana didn't break to the downside yet, but it's very close to it. So we have here our head and shoulders formatation, which still didn't break to the downside. But like I said, it's very close. And we were always hoping breaking the 194 US dollar and 18 cents to the upside to be long. Here are the scenarios. Didn't happen. So basically, those scenarios I can take out. We don't have the strength at the moment. I would look for the price mark of $177.86. If they break to the downside, then we can look for prices down to $164.60 to $159.90. So, and since we have a support trend line right here, I would also expand the target a bit more down to $158.19. So we also have the chance breaking a falling wedge to the upside, which is currently the price mark of 181 US dollar and 83 cents. With that chart pattern, we should get into the $195 again. But from there, we have to see if this is not just going to be a double top pattern, which we afterwards also break to the downside, and then we have a new target for Solana. So with that said, the market structure is not looking good at the moment. We are having bullish divergences on the smaller time frames in the RSI. Those bullish divergences can also play off, but they might just play off as a bounce. Means even if we break it here to the upside, we can also get rejected into that purple box, which is a resistance box. The RSI just cooled down, and from there we can still sell off. So with that said, we will see each other in the SUI, Avalanche, HBAR and Dogecoin update.